I have been talking to different people about pricing of CueCam Presenter and basically everything really. So today I'm going to tell you some of the changes I'm making and why, and then I'm going to show you how to use CueCam Presenter for teaching, coaching, sales and all sorts. That intro video, I've spent an afternoon on it, and I would really love to make it much better, but this is just what we've got at the moment. It's just something that shows some things. Hello, welcome. This is Squares TV App Lab number 53, where I show you how to tie together your Mac, iPhone and iPad with all the apps I've been making and talking about via Squares TV. We have got a private Zoom. If you have any questions on Zoom, just stick your hand up or whatever, and I can dial you in your audio. And we've got a public YouTube stream, which is just my camera and sound. And yeah, we've got chat, and I see some wishes on the YouTube stream. Thanks, Dan. And hi, Lorenzo. So let's start by talking about education. So I see CueCam Presenter as a great tool for remote teaching. It's got planning and presentation stuff, but I also think it could be great for students for presenting their work as well on remote things. And I, as you know, if you've been here for a while, I was at this education conference a couple of weeks ago, and I realized that if I'm serious about this, then I'm going to need to put my money where my mouth is, I suppose, and do some proper discounts. So we have, I'm just noticing that I've ruined the suspense, and I'm gonna just bring back some suspense on my slide. I'm just live editing my titles. So we're gonna reveal it. What we're gonna do for education, I want to give basically full access. So there's now a new price for educators, full access to everything for $6.99 a month. Right, so this came out of conversations where it was like, I mean, the sad part of it is that like schools aren't going to be buying teachers cool tech. It's going to come out of their own money. So I just wanted to make that sort of reasonable for people who possibly aren't getting paid the most. And also just so the way this is going to work is you're going to sign in with Apple, and then you're going to confirm your academic email, so a .ac or a .edu email, to get that price. So then it makes sense that like students and teachers can both use it. So this is actually the monthly if you get billed per month, and if you bill annually, then it's $5.75 a month. And this gives you all of CueCam, all of Video Pencil, all of Shoot. So if you've got an iPad, if you've got an iPhone, you can just fully access all of CueCam Presenter for this price, and all you've got to do is have an email address from an education institution. Another recent conversation I had last week, because I've been sort of doing quite a lot of changes to the pricing, and so I did have another conversation on Friday about this that changed the way I think about pricing in general. So while I know that CueCam is more than worth $19 a month in terms of how much time it's saving and what it's giving you access to, I like plenty of people have paid that already for, you know, like I haven't just made up a price and no one's paid it. Like people are paying this, and I think that's fine. But like it does do a lot, and not everyone will need every feature, especially to start with. So I wanted to come up with a price that lets you dip your toe in the water, either as a newcomer to remote presentations or as an experienced streamer who already has a good workflow and just doesn't, you know, because the way I see CueCam is it's sort of a vertical slice through a simplified vertical slice through a lot of different technology. You've got your sort of like audio hijack aspect of it. You've got your metering aspect of it. You've got your like remote webcam. You've got your sort of overlays. You've got your pictures. You've got your content presentation. You've got your teleprompter. And you probably, if you're doing live streaming, you probably have elements of that figured out already. And so probably that price tag is a bit much for something that you may only be starting with 1 or 2 features. So I wanted to create a couple of new price points just to make that a bit more easy. So the first one is just core pricing is now separate, and this basically just gives you the Mac app. So it just doesn't unlock Shoot or Video Pencil. And if you already use Shoot and Video Pencil, then I think this lets this price sit a bit more comfortably alongside your, like your eCam Live and your Camo and whatever else you're paying for monthly. I think if we can bring the price down so that it can sort of sit more comfortably around there, maybe you're only using a couple of features of it to start with, but you can sort of like start slotting into your workflow, and then maybe I hope that you'll, for me, I use it for everything, but I think if you're using it regularly, then I think that's fine. And so that's going to be $9.99 a month. So that's half of the big price. So that's just something that I feel is a bit more reasonable as a bolt-on, or something where you're not going to necessarily be jumping straight into the advanced, if you just want to sort of share some pictures, share some videos, share some things, but you're not necessarily trying to get this like real, eye contact, drawing. Obviously, like the drawing would be nice to have, but I've got to sort of draw the line, and sort of like not having the unlocks happen is what we're calling core. And then Suite is, so CueCam Suite is the Mac app, Video Pencil, Shoot, and that is going to be $12.99 a month. So that's discount, but that is an early adopter price, right? So this is, unlike the sort of initial launch price where it was on a pretty strict time limit, I'm basically going to be kind of like letting this go for a little while. I'm planning on launching this on Hacker News and Product Hunt next week, or this week hopefully. And I thought that's kind of a reasonable price. And it's actually a pretty good deal for Shoot and Video Pencil and the things you get. And so it's but also like it's compared to $19.99 a month if you're paying annual. This is $12.99 per month if you're paying monthly, and then it gets cheaper if you're. But anyway, so let's just see what that all looks like. So here's the work in progress website. So what we've got is, sorry, it just opened up my Arc window in my teleprompter instead of on my desktop. So this is the new pricing screen. So we've got like $12.99 a month, and if you're on yearly, you're going to see it's going to be $10.50 a month. Likewise, core is $8.25 a month yearly, $9.99 a month. And then we've got this workflow here where if you're a student or a teacher, you can verify your email. You'll put in your academic email. I can actually demonstrate this, because if I just go to the fake mailbox, sorry, yeah, I'm just, so I'm just sort of, you'll get an email like this, you'll hit confirm, and now you're going to see that you can subscribe to that price and get that $6.99 a month. Now, so we're sort of, I'm kind of getting rid of the, so you still get the discounts for your previous purchases for Suite, but you don't get the discounts for like Shoot and Video Pencil on this one. So if you subscribed on here, it's going to pick up your other stuff, but otherwise it's going to just be the normal price. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that seems like an improvement to everyone. I'm always sort of like side-eyeing John During's webcam as I'm saying things for approval, because like everyone else is kind of like either you sort of have to say something in chat or not. I think that's sort of a little bit easier to dip your toe in now. So like the max, I think the upfront price is now, sorry, I need to remind myself. The upfront price is now like a bit cheaper basically, but I'm sort of not doing the free seat thing. I just don't think anyone was quite, I think it was like people were having enough of a time getting themselves set up, let alone trying to get someone else set up as well. So even though that's the other thing, like previously you were getting 2 licenses, so now you're just getting the 1 license. But I think this is just a way to kind of like knit it in. So swings and roundabouts. Let's see how this goes. Thing is with this pricing stuff, like I decided to do this. It was actually Thursday, I think I had the conversation, and I've been just doing these 10-hour days on this and not being able to look at my email, not being able to get anything else done. Pricing is so complicated to implement. Like technically, you don't even know. Like the number of, whenever I've changed it in Shoot, I've had disasters. I'm a bit scared, like the website's going to crash when you try and buy it again. And I was sort of like, I knew at least people could buy it on the old one. And as soon as so this website isn't live yet, but I mean, geez, like it's like, talk about audio pipelines. Like getting pricing right is up there. Like and meanwhile I get these reports about, oh, this button's a bit weird, oh, can I drag the can I move the picture in picture? I'm like, I would love to spend the half an hour it would take to implement that, but I've got to change the pricing model on the website and make it so that you can press a button to change your price plan. So I've also finally on the website, if you click change or downgrade or change your price, it will just like update the subscription and prorate your bills or whatever. So that's I've just been trying to like dot all the I's and cross all the T's on that. And so if you do, or know anyone, or try it and it like the website goes like server error or something, please just immediately tell me, because I do have reporting on whether the server's having problems, but there's quite a lot of false positives coming through at the moment of things that I just need to tidy up so that I can actually kind of get the real ones. So please just give me a shout if you see anything. Anyway, so that's the new pricing, and also like I'm making changes to the website. So if we what am I supposed to be sharing here? So yeah, like this should be, is this, oh, I haven't plugged in the ATEM. I need to plug in the ATEM in order to share the Mac. I have it on the screen sharing, but I don't have it. Sorry. So I actually bought I just had to unplug it from this because I bought a Elgato teleprompter and that came this week, and I need to find like half a day to make a video on that because it's actually pretty good. It's basically the same as my Duet setup, I would say, but a little bit easier to do, to be honest. So I do want to make a video showing you how to use that, because I think it's definitely the best way if you've got a Mac to do teleprompter stuff. So let's just try and get the Blackmagic to show up. Oh, it's not, the power's unplugged. Why is the power unplugged? Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. What a sorry about that. I was a bit too last minute this week, and I wasn't quite expecting. I forgot that I unplugged the ATEM, and I did not check it before I started. But like this should show up in a moment, just as soon as the ATEM decides it's gonna show up. Okay, so we should be able to get that now. Right. Okay, come on. Let's see. It's showing. Is it showing? This should be. Oh my goodness, cameras. Okay, let me just. I'm just waiting for the ATEM to appear, for the Blackmagic webcam to appear. Yeah, that might help if I hadn't just plugged the output of my Mac back into the input. What have I done here? Oh yeah, I need to plug the other end in. Everyone, there's a lot of moving parts in this. Right, cameras, come on. It's like takes a moment to sort of show up the change, so I'm never quite sure if it's happened. But come on, everyone. Like this is going to be exciting when this finally works, isn't it? Like when we finally see this. Cameras, right? Okay, it's going to work this time. And okay, there we go. I was on a different input on the ATEM. Right, look. This is the let's just auto hide this, and then we can full screen this, or maybe we just full screen. Oh no, we don't want to do that. That's good. So this is the thing. But like while I've been working on that, I've also been updating the website. So before, you may recognize, like, so I've made some changes to the homepage. The top's still kind of the same, but I have been making it a bit clearer what's going on here. So whereas before I kind of like, I just wanted somewhere to say, oh, here's all the stuff you can do with it that has all like prepare and sort of shows you how it works and the card system and the images and how it all does things. But this isn't really homepage material. The homepage really just needs to sort of show you the like the outputs really. So what I've done for the homepage, and again this isn't quite up yet because I've got a few things, because the main reason being, like, if you click on pricing at the moment here, I'm like, my compare thing isn't very useful yet, and my video pencil has no description yet, so I've got to do that still. Keep having to write a lot of copy. But yeah, the new homepage, I have done this. So what does it do? It gives you your Mac a new virtual camera and microphone that makes it easy to share anything during video calls without interrupting the flow of conversation. Your status menu to share any picture, video, or whatever. CueCam gives you the power of advanced live video software like OBS without any complicated configuration. I've got some little kind of rollovers for these. Well, I should probably make them like a bit more animated. But yeah, so we've got like what it does, and then like the button to the top. But now, and then a little bit of how does this save you time, and then here are some examples. So I've done like a few little examples on the homepage, and you can actually download the projects. So you can download the CueCam project. So you can sort of have a look, see what I've done here. Like I've done a quick demo. I need some more hats, you know, to sort of do different demos. But this was something that ended up like making everything take a bit longer as well. But yeah, so I've got a few sample projects on here where I'm showing like how to do sports stuff. So I thought I'd take you through the process of these today and just sort of show you what I did to do these, because I sort of put some notes on here, but we're just sort of going to expand out on that. But yeah, the good thing is you're going to be able to sort of have a look at, download the sample project, open it in CueCam. And something I do sort of imagine would be quite cool is if you could like film one of these and send it to me, and then I could put that one on the homepage instead of me. Right, so, or like I get, you know, different people could do them. So I think that could be quite a fun way of getting the homepage looking a bit more diverse. For now, you know, it's sort of like I need to get things done, so I have to do them myself. But I think it could be cool to start, like, you know, once these scripts are up, then why not just, you know, get involved, do one. I'll put it out there. You can be famous. So let's have a look at what was involved in each of these demos. First we will. So the first one is, the first one is teaching. So I'm going to have a look at the sample project. I'm going to download it. So if you download it, it's just going to, my goodness. Download. That's like one of those spam sites now, isn't it? Dropbox, if you're not signed in. Oh, sorry, you can't see. Yeah, so I've just clicked on the thing to download the thing, and now I've got this CueCam Script. So I can just click on that and it will open, and you'll see it's got like, I've put some little stop recordings in there, but I sort of said I wanted an intro to genetics. And the way I did this was I went plan a talk with ChatGPT. Sorry, this is kind of washed out. I'm going to switch to dark mode on this Mac because this is even more washed out than usual. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Right, so my audience is students aged, let's say, 13. And then the brief is give me a lesson plan introducing the subject of, was it genetics? Yeah, genetics, and preparing students for the rest of the term, or whatever. The goal is students have a top level and have a roadmap of what is to come, and then we'll, you know, and just sort of do it like this. And I'm not saying like every teacher is gonna be like jumping into ChatGPT, but this is actually a pretty, if you are asking ChatGPT for some help with the lesson plan, then this is probably a really good result. So as you can see, yeah, obviously this is, you wouldn't be like welcome students, you'd say like hi. We probably wouldn't have that title. The GPT is a little bit keen on adding a title to every single thing, so we can just like remove that slide. Actually, you can right click on here to remove slides now. Where is it? Remove slide from card. So like, what have we got here? What is genetics? It's the study of genes, heredity and genetic variation. Why is it important? What will we learn? Throughout this term we'll cover a variety of topics. How we'll use a combination of lectures. That's a bit stilted for a classroom. I don't like that one. Like, I'm trying to keep this realistic. They're students. They're going to school. They don't need. This isn't a website. What can you? Oh right. Okay. So we didn't really get any any subjects. So maybe I'm not. Maybe that prompt. Maybe we could do a better prompt than that. So. Introducing the subject and giving a little detail on each element, because the one I got before, unit, let's say, let's try another one, because I want sort of I want like a summary of each thing rather than just the index. And like, yeah, here we go. So this is a bit more, okay, so unit 1, introduction to genetics, Mendelian genetics. This sounds a bit more useful, doesn't it? Genetic engineering, human evolution and genetics, genetic technologies. So this is fun. So then, you kind of get into, is there anything on DNA? Let's just use this one. So the next thing you're going to do, like, so the first thing this gives you is you can just jump in. Let me just start up my shoot on my iPhone here. So I've got a camera for you in here. So straight away you're going to be able to just kind of like go start on that. You're going to get this. You're going to say, today we're going to be diving into the fascinating world of genetics. That's a bit cheesy for a classroom. It's funny, like you can't rely on GPT to give you something that sounds like a human is saying it, can you? You got to watch out for that. But yeah, like but you can see, we've got like a title along the bottom. Is this a good way to show this? Maybe it's better if I go to the desktop HUD, which we get by clicking here. View desktop HUD. And I'm going to say view camera in desktop HUD. And then we should get a slightly cleaner. In fact, if we full screen that, I don't think it lets us. Yeah, it would just be nice to kind of get, maybe we can sort of minimize this and then just show it to you like this. I'm just trying to give you sort of a clean view of what you're going to be seeing. So this is your HUD. So you're going to be like, oh, what happened here? I think we're getting some fighting between the different computers here. But anyway, what you'll see is you've got your little your little window. Sorry, I'm kind of like trying to navigate via on this tiny screen through a remote desktop. So it's kind of it's sort of like, right, and I've got to say MF Mini, and then this is going to come back. Okay, yeah, there was a pop-up on the iPhone which I had not noticed, asking me which one. It's just like, it's so fiddly to kind of show this on a small screen, but I think I also want to give you that, like, why is that? Let's. Okay. And then it looks more jittery than it really is. Why is this big? Oh, also I'm getting. Can't tell what's happening here. But anyway, look, you're going to be able to see this. You're going to be able to step through your lesson. You're going to be able to, if you're using the thing, you're going to be able to, in this unit, we're going to learn about exciting field of genetic engineering and of engineering, whatever. We've got human genetics, we've got this. But something else I also did here was in the sample script, I did drag in some, if if we find the one that we downloaded, I did drag in a couple of pictures. So you know, like this one gave me DNA, so I'm just sort of like, I was hoping for a DNA one. But if we bring the camera back up, we can like hide the teleprompter for now. You see, like we've got a nice DNA, and I can say things like, and this would make more sense. We're on a very light background, so I'm just going to flip this to dark mode. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep it on light mode as my. Yeah, so. We put in some slides. You can see the slide preview here. You can see we sort of have some bullet points, DNA. We can sort of throw in a picture like that. We can sort of have a video, like I grabbed one from YouTube and sort of put it in, but you can sort of like take them through a little video through the stream. Punnett squares. It's weird, like I'm trying to get ChatGPT to give me the same thing as last time, and then it's giving me a different thing, and then I'm like, oh no, I've got to think on my feet about this. And I was hoping to get through a few of these, but anyway, like you can see here, like you could have your things, you could sort of chuck in some images, some of them are full screen, some of them are not, but yeah, like, and sort of assign some homework at the end. You can sort of put that up on the screen, and just generally sort of like this is, oh, why don't I adjust the camera settings? So you see the background is quite light. If I just pull this down, and also there's a light right behind me in that direction. So yeah, we can sort of put something on the screen and do that kind of thing. So that's sort of like, that's kind of how that's the lesson plan one. Like, you can sort of either start from ChatGPT and do that, or you can, another way of doing it, the way I do it is Apple Notes. So I just like, I write up my notes in the order that I'm going to present them, and I can sort of start doing my cards there. If I paste in a picture, that also, if you copy and paste that into into CueCam, it's going to bring in the pictures as well. So that's another way of doing this. Which I added the notes pasting last week, but after the bet show. But yeah, like you can plan out your lessons and you can bring them into cards, and then you can sort of have your titles and have some graphics up and be able to do those presentations and flow through that quite smoothly. Am I allowed to use the excuse that I am very exhausted today? So I'm just gonna like keep plowing on, but I don't like how unresponsive my remote desktop is being, even though the computers are sitting right next to each other. I guess the network is in the other room. The next one I wanted to talk about was presenting your work. So I did an example of how you might present some architectural designs to a client for sign-off. I just did a quick ChatGPT, generated some blueprints, some fake blueprints, just to sort of give you the idea of and you can see these on the website, and they should look a bit. I wish there was a button somewhere. Do you know? I keep missing that I'm not showing that I'm in a side mode. I keep missing that fact, and I may need a bit of a. I think I need something in the HUD that says you are not showing your thing at the moment. Although if I'm looking in the HUD, I'd know that. So this was like, I did a little client demo, but again, like all I really did was kind of came up with a brief, and I sort of like, for this demo, I just sort of made a little stock photography walkthrough, so that sort of when it starts off, it's like this. I would love to show you these smooth and not kind of coming through two layers of indirection, because it's just making everything seem a bit bad. The next demo I did, so this one turned out to be a little bit different. So I did a script where I started off, you know, you can sort of bring in some footage, you know, like say you filmed some footage of the team earlier on your phone, just bringing that footage in, but rather than bringing it into CueCam directly, actually putting that in the iPad. So to see, if we just download the script, I'll just show you what the scripts look like, because I think building them is a bit of a tall order, especially on this tiny desktop. on my tiny demo desktop. So I'm just downloading that one, and then we're going to have a look. Is that coming? Downloads. Yeah, so sports. So this one, if we just have a look. So the way I structured this document was, I've sort of put a start recording on each of these. So that's under triggers. You can go start recording, and then when we press next card, when you press start, it's going to go into that. That's saying next card because we are running this presentation. But if we do it like this, then now when we start, it's going to start recording. Then what I did here was, in Video Pencil, you can select, I think, no, it's not plugged in, but you can load videos into Video Pencil. So if I select some media in Video Pencil, so I've just done this on my main computer here, then it's quite easy to navigate on the screen and kind of see what's going on there. But you can see here in the script that I've actually created a CueCam trigger that actually loads up that video when I get to that slide. And the way I did that was, like, when it was there, it's well, you're not going to see it on this screen, so I'm going to share it through the other computer. You're going to see in the sidebar if there is a video playing. So here it's not, but if I load a video, I'm going to demo mode. Oh, demo mode's weird when we do. Oh, if we just do that, we can move that aside. But now in this sidebar, you can like right-click here and copy the deep link. So if you see down here, I can right-click on there, copy the deep link, and that's going to load in that video onto the iPad, so that you can navigate through that directly on the iPad. So that was how I kind of did that demo. And then, you know, we sort of switched over to well, first I used this trigger to sort of remove the iPad video, and then I kind of fire up a browser window and launch a YouTube video, and we can play through that. And then at the end of this one, I had a bit of fun. So if you do watch this one on the website when you get a chance, I said, ChatGPT, can you give me an inspirational speech? And then I was able to sort of like read out an inspirational speech on camera, but also, and then I was like, we can add another level to this by putting some rousing music in the background as well. So this was in that one, I've sort of like ended up doing a little bit of a sort of a fun thing with that, and again, that's going to be on the website. And then finally, with the sales call thing, I sort of tried to simulate a phone call, you know, a video chat with someone. So I made it, so the first thing I did was you go to your customer relationship manager, you sort of grab their details and put that into the first card so that you kind of remember what to ask them and, you know, what you talked about before. You know, I can, you know, sort of run the session by making sure that I know what I'm going to say. And then when they asked a question, I was able to quickly grab a demo video and drop that into the stream. And then we sort of go to the screen share, and then, you know, like you can sort of like finish your things. I look kind of like I'm making weird faces on this one, but yeah, I just sort of did a bit of a demo of that sales call process. But again, I think it's just going to be easier on the website. I think I did not really rehearse what this was going to feel like, or even plug in the ATEM. I'm not too thrilled with today's session, but it's all going to be on the website, but it just means I've been focusing on that, so it was quite hard to demonstrate that, and maybe I should have done it on the Mac and done it with demo mode rather than trying to do it through the Mac Mini. Still trying to figure out the best way to demo this app sometimes. I'm gonna I'm sort of open to questions, by the way. Let me just, if anyone wants to kind of like feedback or ask anything about this, or like if I can dig into anything, or like if this was of any use, then that's good. But I'm just trying to sort of get across some of the different ways, but maybe that makes more sense on the website than than me trying to sort of like do it live again here. So I don't know. Anyway, like, we need some more testimonials. We do the stuff, but yeah, this is all sort of like, this is nearly ready to go, and then we're all going to be happy. Okay. I am going to, we don't need to prolong this pain today. Listen, there's another reason I've updated the prices and been trying to get all this stuff and working long days to get everything ready this week, is because my son will be arriving next Tuesday. And I imagine my life may change a bit. Thankfully, the Johns, John During, John Ittleson, are stepping up to help me run the lab. We've been sort of figuring out what we're going to do. It might be a slightly different format, but I'll still be here. But maybe, I don't know. We're going to talk about it on Monday, I think. But just maybe more as dialing in as a guest than kind of like running the show. Going over to John to see if he's reacting. But yeah, so yeah, I have a child coming next week for sure. So good, it's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sorry that this session has been a little bit loose. I'm trying to get ready for it, and it means, this price change really took a lot out of me this week. So I think I left this all a bit last minute. So sorry about that, but yeah, this is where we are. Don't forget that I'm always on, we've got squares.tv/discord. Squares.tv. It's a good domain name. I bought it and then I had to figure out what it would be. And this is what it is. Squares.tv/discord. I am generally around. I'll see things, but also you can get help in the middle of the night on things. And yeah, as for the new homepage for CueCam, that's going to come out in a day or two. I'm going to do my product hunt launch. I'm going to put up another build of CueCam that doesn't record in ProRes 422 format, which I accidentally shipped the build that records into an uncompressed format because I was trying to debug something and then I didn't switch it back. And yeah, so it's going to be recording in EVC again. But yeah, let's I'll see you on Discord. Those new changes are coming. Please give me a shout if you're kind of interested and want to know more about things. And should we call it a night? Unless I see any questions, I'm looking to see if there's any reassurance or faces. Yeah, it's a small session today, but that's fine. It goes up onto the internet as well. I've got to remember that. So yeah, here we are. I'll to play you out. Let's have a little bit of Barry. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you soon.